Okay, Daisy Ridley was just interviewed by USA Today about 2 days ago, and she talked about her new stage production or movie, or what is this? Ophelia? It's a reimagining of Hamlet. Cool. Hey, good luck to you, girl. You're doing well. Fantastic. But she had some questions about the next Star Wars movie as well as the previous movie. And we'll just get over to that, into the article. Here we go. And she has a few key words that I was a little, I don't know. That's if she doesn't know what she's talking about, or it's hard to grasp what she's trying to say. Obviously, she can't say much about the next movie, but she did say some things that were interesting. So, Force Awakens was a familiar, fun reintroduction to the Star Wars universe, while The Last Jedi was a darker, riskier installment. How does The Rise of Skywalker compare? Genre-wise, it's different from the other two, which will become clear when the film comes out. Now, genre-wise, you can't really start saying that a Star Wars movie has a different genre. You can say it has an element of another genre, like romance or comedy or horror or fantasy or whatever. Great, you can say that because that would make sense. You're combining genres. But you can't say science fiction, sci-fi, space opera is now different. That makes no sense. So I think she's just referring to there's an element of something else. So it could be a drama now. So it's quite emotional. It could, at the very least, it is now more of a drama than an action adventure space opera experience. There's a different drive than the previous two films. Okay, so now it could be man versus man, or a theme, man versus self, man versus the environment. There could be a new plot if she's referring to motivation with drive. So her character has a new motivation. Kylo Ren might have a new motivation. Whichever. That's also a possibility. But there's a lot of fun. I think every Star Wars has some degree of action adventure and thus fun. So that's nothing new. I really missed John during the last one, but we're back together, and now Oscar is part of it. To me, it felt like kids going on an adventure. Well, again, even with The Last Jedi, there were elements of fun or kids going on an adventure. These movies are action adventures. So there's elements of that. We saw that with Canto Bight, at least with Rose. That was also with Rey when she's blowing away 3 TIE fighters at once, saying she likes this. I mean, there are lots of moments where there's action and she's having a good time, or it's a fun action. Which does not mean the scene itself is great. It just means the elements are there. So she obviously enjoyed filming this movie more than the previous one, at least to the point of having John and Oscar part of her scenes more. There's been an intense obsession with Rey's parents, and many fans were dissatisfied when they were revealed to be nobodies in The Last Jedi. Is there more to their story in the new film? Director J.J. Abrams did say the question is answered. Yep, the question is answered in the previous movie. So at the end of the film, you do know what the dealio is. Yes, her parents are nobody. We've already discovered that. If J.J. Abrams wants to subvert that, or to retcon that, or to somehow add to that as if Kylo was lying, or Rey was lying, or the Force was lying to both of them, that's not going to be good. I mean, that's going to be like, the Force cannot be relied upon. The Force lies to you. That's going to be even further down the retcon hole we go. And that does not sound good. But let's just go with that. It was answered in the previous movie. People lost their minds for Rey's backflip over a TIE fighter. Yeah, because it's stupid. Because all you have to do is duck or dig a hole or get out of the way or use a forced jump and just jump out of the way, or I don't know, steer the TIE fighter with your amazing God force powers. There's all these other options aside from doing a normal backflip. And why was she running? I mean, this is all rather weird. Where did the lightsaber come from, etc.? All these questions. How much of that was actually you? Okay, so that was a stunt person apparently. I had learned a version of it, but there was a risk of breaking ankles, so I couldn't do the full thing. Yeah, so She did 95% of her stunts except that one thing. Fine, cool. Are there any episode 9 fan theories that you find particularly amusing? I'm actually unaware of any fan theories. I haven't been paying attention online to any of them. But apparently there's one involving time travel and Kylo Ren as a baby. I don't know what that means, but the interesting thing here is the one thing with Skywalker, meaning episode 9, was my agent's son said, I bet you the title is going to be blue. And I was like, how'd you know that? And I don't know what the heck she's talking about. I bet you the title is going to be blue. The title, the color of the title is blue? The Rise of Skywalker is the sky blue? I don't... What are you... That means nothing to me. Okay. Writer-director Rian Johnson received a ton of backlash online after The Last Jedi, with many fans petitioning to remake the film and redeem Luke Skywalker's character. Were you surprised at all by the controversy? I wasn't surprised, no. It's just a different thing. Everyone's going to have an opinion now anyway on the internet, but I also think it's fair. If people hold something incredibly dear and think they know how it should be, and it's not like that, it's fair for people to think they were done wrong. Okay, so yeah, I mean, we wanted something in the ballpark. We didn't want something in another galaxy, okay? We wanted things to make sense, not whatever we were given. Nothing really grasped, nothing really resolved itself. Luke just sort of bothered to show up in spirit, and yet physically, and not. It didn't make much sense. Whew. It doesn't mean they were, okay, it doesn't mean they were wrong. Their opinions weren't wrong. Ultimately, Ryan's a filmmaker, and one person can't dictate how a film is supposed to be, meaning one fan can't dictate how Ryan's film should have been. That's true. But freedom of expression, sure. Okay, so she's not really having an opinion on the matter. She's just saying, yeah, I know, it wasn't a controversial film, and that's that. No reason why. It's like, yeah, Ryan can do what he wants. People can say what they want. That's that. It's like, thanks Daisy. That's it. That's all she had to say. Wonderful. Whew. Well, joys of Daisy Ridley and talking about the new genre that is Star Wars, the Rise of Skywalker, the blue title, and the fun that this movie is going to have. A dramatic, not happy ending, but a fulfilling ending. The likes we haven't seen yet, or at least was never present in The Last Jedi.